now that I've become more aware that my thoughts are projecting my life, and I can take my thoughts and make that my new narrative, right? And lead it to somewhere else. Then, so I sit with myself silently sometimes and look at my stories that I've been telling myself. And then I ask myself, is there another way of looking at my life?
Hmm.
Another perspective of looking at my life? But what I've realized is that my body and my soul sometimes silently object to that
Hmm.
because they are bound to looking at life a
So
certain
when you
way.
say your body, what does that mean? That you have a physical reaction?
My body has a physical reaction. I feel my body holds some trauma, my soul holds some trauma, and it's almost like a betrayal to yourself, right?
Hmm.
Um, so that's really hard when
So,
so
so Aisha, wait. So so anybody who has, all of us have some form of trauma, right?
right.
Like we're talking about our family only, okay? We are not talking about
I'm
other
talking
people.
about myself. I'm not
Right.
talking
So
about
if we
anybody
have
else.
some
Yeah.
kind of trauma in our lives, and the trauma can be now, and we have talked about that this is intergener. We actually like, I believe in intergenerational trauma also, right? The trauma
Hmm.
might have been passed on to us, right? That is true also, and that's my belief. I don't know about anybody else, right? That's my
Right.
so, and we've talked about it that if we have trauma, then that needs addressing, right? You cannot say, oh, this never happened. Like
Right.
you
Right.
had that accident when you broke your neck and your back and everything, and you were in this halo for 3 months and you couldn't move. You cannot say, this never happened, right? Oh, I'm going to tell myself that it never happened, right?
No, no. That was the reality, a
That,
physical
so there are
reality.
real things, but did you
Yes.
survive it? Did
Of
you,
course.
was your family around you to help you?
Yes.
Was the magical policeman who was right behind you when this happened?
That
He
was
was
my
like your
angel.
angel,
Yeah.
right? He was
Yes.
your
Yes.
angel who was right behind you, and he
Mm.
called the helicopter and he called the ambulance, and they cut the car open and they took you out. Look at the trauma and all the good things that happened, and you got saved, and today you're sitting there and with no, like you're fine,
I am fine. Yes.
right?
Yes.
Physically you're
Yeah.
fine, right?
I'm physically fine. Yeah.
So you have to accept a lot of things, but language needs to change even about that incident. You can say, oh, woe me, look, I had that accident, and you can live in that accident mode, or you can
Hmm.
say all the good things that happened around you that
Hmm.
saved you, that you're still sitting here.
Going through that process, those 3 months and the months of recovery after that, when I was in a halo and then I was in the collar for almost a year, I couldn't even support myself in the halo, my neck myself, right? My neck would fall if I would
Yeah,
not wear a collar
right.
because my muscles had no strength in them. But I never saw that accident as I never felt sorry for myself, if that is the right.
The body has gone through that trauma no matter
The
what.
body has gone through that trauma. It was a really very very difficult time in my life, right? But my middle daughter, who Aman, was 1 year old.
Yes.
My youngest daughter was not even born. Um, I remember she would hold on to my halo and stand. For 3 months, I could not lie in a bed. I sat in a chair because my neck was hanging in midair, right? Like
Yeah.
I could not lie down. Those were very hard months, but I survived, and it is something that I had to
So
go through.
how many people I have come across, and you have come across them, that they've had an accident. 20 years later, they're still talking about it, right? They're still talking in detail about the horrible things that have happened to them in that accident. And after 20 years, they're not thankful for sitting there
Yes, I'm very
and
grateful.
right,
Yes,
and being
yeah,
okay. And
yes,
then there are people who don't go through things and they suffer, and
Mm.
they have this attitude towards life, and that attitude comes from your thought,
Yes.
your and most important, gratitude.
Mm.
I think if you do not have a grateful heart and a grateful mind,
Mm.
that makes life really difficult. The just the normal small things and big things in life. You have everything and you're still complaining, and some people
Mm.
have nothing and they don't complain.
Right, right,
So it's
right.
it's about how you perceive life, right? How do you
So
perceive?
you have to go, like, you don't have to, but in life you do go through things, right? Now, do you want to hold on to them forever? My accident was 25 years ago. I could have been paralyzed. I could have died. It was such a bad accident that nobody knew if I could survive. I had broken my neck in two places. I had a spine injury. So, but I'm so grateful that I'm walking and talking and I'm
Yeah.
sitting here and I'm like,
Doing a
life has given
podcast.
me doing the podcast, and life has given me such joy in my children, and I look at them and wow, I'm so grateful. I had to go through that process for through that accident for whatever reason, I don't know, but I don't live in that accident ever.